Okay, I've had many people requesting that I show the books that I own and that I've read, and this is pretty much all of them here laid out. I barely had enough space on my bed to fit them all, but we were able to do it.
Quick voiceover here. The original recording for this video was like 30 minutes long and there wouldn't have been many cuts. I don't want to post the video that's going to be that long unless it's like something else, because this is pretty much just me talking about books for that long. I didn't want to post it like that, so I'm just going to skip a lot of the ones that I feel could be skipped and just focus on ones that I really thought were important. So yeah.
Here we got this book called The Charisma Rules, the simple rules that will give you charisma superpowers. I read this, I think, earlier in the year. This is like one of the things that I was trying to improve upon, like just being better with people. I was never bad, like I could always hold conversations with people, but I always want, I've been striving to get to that next level of like, yeah, like when someone's around me, that they feel my presence, and that is kind of like how, or that I got the book for that reason. And then you can see right next to it is another one, The Charisma Myth, How Anyone Can Master the Art and Science of Personal Magnetism. So these are like kind of hand in hand, and like I read them both because I really like wanted to master charisma as much as I possibly could. This next one is one of my all-time favorites, How to Win Friends and Influence People. So this, I guess, was the first book that I've read that's sort of like, this will teach you some charisma principles, but that's not like generally what it's about. But like what does it say? I think it says it on the back. Oh no, it says it right here. The only book you need to lead you to success. The unvarnished truth is that almost all the people you meet feel themselves superior to you in some way. And a sure way to their hearts is to let them realize in some subtle way that you recognize their importance and recognize it sincerely. See, that's good, like good highlights. Let's see another one. It took me years and cost me countless thousands of dollars in lost business before I finally learned that it doesn't pay to argue, that it is much more profitable and much more interesting to look at things from the other person's viewpoint and try to get that person saying yes, yes. Because I think this is one of the most important books someone can read, I'm going to show you what it's like, the chapters are looking like. Part 1, Fundamental Techniques in Handling People. Part 2, 6 Ways to Make People Like You. Part 3, How to Win People to Your Way of Thinking. Part 4, Be a Leader, How to Change People Without Giving Offense or Arousing Resentment. 100% recommend this. And then we got this, How to Talk to Anyone, 92 Little Tricks for Big Success in Relationships. Amazing book right here, literally. Like all these 4, if you want to become a like charisma god, just pick up all these 4 and just read them all and study them, highlight them. I've read this, I just finished this recently, and I'm just trying to I'm going back and rereading it and like taking notes on it and just studying it some more, because this is like, oh my gosh, this is so good. This is like a textbook size. It's called Reality Transurfing. It's like, how long is it? Like 800 pages or something. I read this a couple years ago. I have some highlights in here. This is more like a philosophical book. A lot of this stuff here is not rooted in fact, but it's helped me with my mindset in some things. So I just flipped to a random page and I already see a highlight. Let's see what it says. Emotions stem from attitudes. So rather than fighting your emotions, it is more purposeful to change your attitude. Feelings and emotions are simply a consequence of your relationship or attitude to something, and that attitude is caused by one thing: importance. You cannot determine your goal through analysis and reasoning, because analysis is the activity of the mind. Only your heart can identify a true goal, and the heart is not capable of thinking. It can only see and feel. Yeah, this is a good book though. I know it's long and hefty, so probably no one's gonna pick this one up. It took me a while to finish it, but I think the most important thing I'll never forget from reading this book, I'm holding the book in my hand right now. I let go, and it falls to the bed. Me holding this book and letting it go, I don't believe that it's gonna fall to the bed. I just know it. And it's the same way when you say, oh, I believe that this is gonna happen. No, like, you have to have that sort of confidence, that the same sort of confidence that I'm holding this book and when I let it go, it's gonna hit the bed. It's the same sort of confidence I have to just know that I'm going to achieve what I want in my life. And I don't have to, no, I don't believe it, I just know it. With the same confidence that that book hitting that bed. It's crazy. Unleash the Power of Storytelling. This is a storytelling book I read for YouTube, simple as that. This right here, this book is called The YouTube Formula, and this is what helped me reach 100,000 subscribers the first time I ever did it. It was this book right here, and got some highlights in here, but if you wanna, if you're a beginner at YouTube and you really don't understand how it works, this is a great book to get
like, you know, to basically educate yourself on how YouTube works. And with this, I was able to hit 100,000 subs.
Think and Grow Rich. Here we go. This is my second all-time favorite book. It used to be number one. The number one we'll get to in a bit, by Napoleon Hill. It's literally, I've read this book, what, 2 to 3 times? And I've listened to the audiobook like 5, 6 times. Like, it's amazing. This right here is very much responsible for my success so far. So this book, if you don't know what this is, the author Napoleon Hill, he basically interviewed like the most successful people of his time, guys like Andrew Carnegie, Henry Ford, Thomas Edison, like all these famous like inventors, presidents, like high value people who like lived during his time, and put all their ideas into that book. He interviewed them, you know, understood their perspective, asked them what it takes to become successful, and he put it all in that book. Quick run through the chapters: the power of thought, desire, the starting point of all achievement, faith, visualizing and believing in the attainment of desire, auto-suggestion, the medium for influencing the subconscious mind, specialized knowledge, personal experiences or observations, imagination, the workshop of the mind, organized planning, the crystallization of desire into action, decision, the mastery of procrastination, persistence, the sustained effort necessary to induce faith, power of the mastermind, the driving force, the mystery of sex transmutation, the subconscious mind, the connecting link, the brain, a broadcasting and receiving station for thought, the sixth sense, the door to the temple of wisdom, how to outwit the six ghosts of fear, and the devil's workshop. Amazing book, definitely recommend. If there's any book that you should read out of all of these if you want to become successful, that's definitely one of them. We'll get to the others though. Psycho-Cybernetics, one of my all-time favorites right here, literally. And let me see, what does it say? Tap into the power of your subconscious mind to improve your self-image, learn to use your positive past, set and achieve worthwhile goals, develop compassion, self-respect, and forgiveness, cultivate the power of rational thinking, discover the key to a happier, more successful life. I've read this book twice, I believe. Another help in overcoming uncertainty is to realize that the role that self-esteem and the protection of self-esteem play in indecisiveness. Many people are indecisive because they fear loss of self-esteem if they are proved wrong. Use self-esteem for yourself instead of against yourself by convincing yourself of this truth. Big men and big personalities make mistakes and admit them. It is the little man who is afraid to admit he has been wrong. This next to Think and Grow Rich are some of my all-time favorites, and there's a couple other we're about to get to, but oh my gosh, this book is so good. That's why I read it twice. This right here is my all-time favorite. This usurped Think and Grow Rich when I read it. So, The Secret of the Ages, the Master Code to Abundance and Achievement by Robert Collier. Oh my gosh, this book is so good. If there's one book any man should read, any person should read, is this one right here. Let's read a couple quotes out of here. Whatever you desire wholeheartedly with singleness of purpose, you can have. But the first and all-important essential is to know what this one thing is. Before you can win your heart's desire, you must get clearly fixed in your mind's eye what it is that you want. You can have anything you want if you want it badly enough. You can be anything you want to be, have anything you desire, accomplish anything you set out to accomplish, if you will hold to that desire with singleness of purpose, if you will understand and believe in your own powers to accomplish. We got this small book, The Psychology of Winning, 10 Qualities of a Total Winner. This is another great book. I have a whole bunch of highlights in here. And this is another one of my all-time favorites. It's small, quick read, and it's great value. Winners know that worry, anxiety, hostility, and depression are negative, destructive uses of the creative imaginations. Winners dwell on and hold the self-image of that person they would most like to become. They get a vivid, clear, emotional, sensory picture of themselves as if they had already achieved their goal. Any permanent change in your personality or behavior should first involve a change in your self-image, reinforced by a change in lifestyle. Then your long-range behavior or performance will follow. Your behavior, personality, or achievement level is usually consistent with your self-image. And then this book, I've showed you this, so I'm not gonna go in depth on it. The Millionaire Mind. I showed you this when I first moved out on my own, but this book is just about, if you didn't see that video, this book is about like this dude, the author, he sent out surveys to millionaire households to understand what their lifestyles were like and how they thought and like what they took part in, and basically documented all of that in here. So you basically learn directly from millionaires by reading this book.
This is a final screenshot of what all the books look like. I skipped over a lot of them. So if there's one that you're like, oh, I want to know about this one looks interesting, and I didn't talk about it, you can just point it out. And in the comments, I'll just like leave a comment about like whatever it is your question is about it or whatever you want to know.